It's Wild941, wild941.com. Joey Franchize here with a local legend in the making right now. Boxer out in the Tampa area. We can say Tampa, Pinellas County, Hillsborough County area. My man Mark Reyes Jr. MRJ. How you doing, bro?
I'm good.
And I actually had a chance, not only just to hang with you like we hung out before, I actually got to see you fight, man. Great guy, by the way, man. You're real down-to-earth dude. And, you're a flawless fighter, bro. Like, no holds barred. You don't hold nothing back on that ring. Got to see you fight a couple weeks ago out in the St. Pete Coliseum. And, dude, let me just say, like, everybody had an MRJ T-shirt out here. It was just great to see a local fighter have such a buzz and support. So, like, how does that all, like, resonate with you when you just see all that love, not just from family but friends and just people who just appreciate the sport all in general?
Well, I said it before the fight that, somebody asked me, hey, before leading up to fights, do you get nervous? And I told them simply, no, I don't. The reason why is because all the supporters that I have, everybody that backs me up, that's my motivation to get in the ring. So, I mean, anytime I get in the ring, I'm performing for everybody that supports me and that wants to see me succeed. So every day I go out there and I do my best.
And it shows a lot. And, seeing a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, Angel, and also Marcos, who showed me some of the highlights from previous fights, man. Like, what is that mentality? Like, how do you zone in, dog? When you're just about to, like, go in there and know you're about to try to demolish somebody and get that W?
Definitely, it starts with the mind. Everything in camp comes together nice. And, that last week before the fight, you start transforming into who you're gonna be when you get in the ring. And something that I like to do is I like to relax my mind, stay focused, but at the same time just remain calm. There's always a calm before the storm. So I definitely I take that into effect when I'm preparing. And in the locker room I'm very relaxed. And I probably play DMX.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, that you got.
What music is flowing?
Yeah, you got to play that. You got to get into that mode where you're ready to kill, and it just shows when I get in the ring. I'm all business.
And it's crazy, like I gotta commend boxers, man, and just the respect that most of you guys have for each other, especially when you guys are about to go in on each other and just go pound for pound, and to be cool after the fact and dap up and stuff like that. It was like, how do you separate being hit or knowing you're about to hit somebody and still maintaining that respect? Because coming from, if you just get in a fight like when I got in a fight at high school or something like that, oh, we wasn't cool later. You know what I mean? Like it don't fly like that.
So one of the things that most fighters appreciate is hard work, dedication, and ultimately every fighter does go through that. It takes a lot just to get in the ring. It takes a lot to train and all the sacrifices that go with it. So as a fighter, you have a bit of respect for the man that is standing in the opposite corner. And after the fight, once everything's done, there's no more animosity. There's nothing left for show. At the end of the day, you're both warriors, and you both appreciate each other for being there.
That's real. We're here with Mark Reyes Jr., MRJ, Wild941. And who were, at what age did you figure, like, yo, I want to be a boxer?
I started at box. I started coming into the gym about 6, and I hated it.
At 6?
Yeah, bro, but I hated it. It wasn't. It wasn't anything fun. It was just work. But at around 12, I fell in love with it, and I told my family, like, this is what I'm gonna pursue as my career. And since then, things have taken off. I'm 22 now, so it's been 10 years since I feel like I dedicated my life to boxing, and I'm just very, very appreciative of the opportunities that have come from it.
It's great stuff. I actually just heard you got a fight in Panama.
That's correct. Yeah.
That's awesome. When is that?
That'll be December 14th.
Oh man, that's huge. And you are fighting. You're fighting?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, but you just know you're on the card.
I'm
That's huge. Is that your first time doing something out of the States?
That'll be my first pro fight out of the U.S. So it's definitely something I'm looking forward to.
That's dope. And what were some of your influences in boxing wise, maybe even family wise? Anybody that encouraged you to want to even pursue this as you got older?
It's really hard to just pick out one person. Definitely always, my dad. He's the one that dragged me to a boxing gym in the first place. But my entire family, man. They're so supportive, and I could honestly say right now that I wouldn't be in the position that I am if it wasn't for them backing me up the way that they have. So shout out to all my supporters and my family.
And your favorite, like your fighting style?
That's tough. I watch a lot of boxing, so
Yeah.
it's a lot of fighters that I found interesting, but at the same time that were smart enough to adapt. So, got to give it to Floyd, number one, as far as adapting to different fights. But Roy Jones ultimately is my favorite fighter of all time, and a lot of the explosive combinations that I like to put together is would come from Roy.
And if there's one guy you can fight, as like right now, it's probably like, at the top tier in probably your weight class or whatever, who would it be? Or who would you want to fight?
There's so many guys right now at 147. There's a lot to pick from. I could give you two names right now, top of the list. Once I get to the top, definitely Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Keith Thurman, once he comes back, that's another one. Another great fighter, and I'd just be happy to get in the ring and show my talent against those guys.
What can you say? I mean, obviously, with UFC also being a big, craze now along with boxing. How do you feel about when UFC fighters try to cross into that boxing ring and try to do? I mean, we saw what happened to McGregor when it happened for the first time in front of our eyes. But like, what is your take on UFC fighters feeling they can jump in the ring with guys like you?
It's something that you have to respect. It's at the same time it is fighting. It is what would you say, like a mixed martial art,
right?
But ultimately, MMA guys, they use everything.
Every body part.
They use the ground. They can punch. In boxing, if you can't punch, you can't fight. That's how it goes down. So a boxer shouldn't take away the respect from MMA fighters and think, oh, I'll just go into MMA and see how it goes. More than likely, you're gonna get beat. And same thing with MMA guys. It's a different tier of fighting, and you just have to respect the other one's craft.
I feel that. That's real. MRJ here with us, Wild941, wild941.com. And like I said, we got to see your fight a couple weeks ago back at the St. Pete Coliseum. And we saw your record currently is 8-0. And we saw that you had a fight. It was cut a little short because of apparently the refs say it was below the belt. I mean, from my standpoint, it didn't look like that, especially when I looked at the replay. I feel like you just caught maybe a thigh or something, just the way he moved and reacted to what you were doing. What was your take on that last fight you had?
So, it's something I was looking at in the, going back through everything. And in the moment, though, all I was trying to do, I was trying to slip a punch, hit him to the body, and his – he kind of lunged forward when he threw the right hand a little bit. So ultimately, he got on top of me. I tried to shoot the shot that probably would have ended the fight anyways, and it just, was a little bit low. Definitely hit him on the thigh, man.
Right.
But it's boxing. Anything can happen. He got touched in the first round, got hurt. Got touched in the second round, was hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
So it was something he was looking for a way to get out of there, and ultimately, I feel like the third round would have been the end of the fight anyway.
Oh, man, you was packing. Yeah, you was packing them punches, bro.
Yeah,
you wasn't playing.
Everything happened. Everything happened the way it was gonna happen, regardless. So we just look forward to learning and growing, and taking care of more opportunities.
Man, and it's got to be crazy because, I mean, me growing up, like, the closest I got to me actually being in a ring was on EA Sports playing Fight Night all the time. So, like, and I'm always going for the haymaker and not just trying to be disciplined. Like, when do you know when to go in for those certain things? Like, what are certain things you look for? I don't mean to give too much of your style away, but what are you looking for before you going for that? Yo, I'm just going to land this dude right now. Like, I know I'm going. Do you say yourself? Do you pace yourself?
You got to pace yourself. You have to pace yourself. If not, there's going to be opportunities that may present themselves. But if you're going in there crazy, not keeping a watchful mind, you could end up being the one that's on the floor. You get hurt, you get hit with a big punch, and you're not able to go ahead and do what you should have been doing. So for me, I like to assess. I'm a sharpshooter. I definitely like to pick my shots, pinpoint things, and get the guy out of there, you know, without getting myself hurt,
Right.
without leaving myself open to be susceptible to getting hurt as well.
That's a good way to go about it. And yo, one of the big things to boxing obviously is the merchandise. I mean, like I said, we was at your fight. We saw everybody with the MRJ shirts, man. Love the fact that you picked your Laker colors, by the way, because I'm a Laker fan. Good stuff. But you also have these bobbleheads, man. Tell me and break these down. And it's all going to a good cause.
It is. One of the things that affects almost every family is cancer, and it's affected my family. My grandfather passed away from leukemia when I was 12. And recently I had an uncle pass away earlier this year from lung cancer. So what we wanted to do was create something. The team worked diligently. I can't even express that enough.
This is great, man. This is awesome. Very detailed, too.
Exactly. You know, the team worked diligently on making this happen. And what we are doing, we made 500 bobbleheads, and we're having all the proceeds, so 100% of the proceeds, go to the Children's Cancer Center in Tampa. You know, we've been working on this for a couple of months. It's finally nice to see the actual product come through, and that's why you see here there's a gold ribbon. It stands for children's cancer, and that's internationally known as youth cancer. So you know, I want to spread the awareness about that, and at the same time, if I can do anything to help the families, that's what the cause is for.
That's amazing, dude. I commend you for that, for real. And where can people purchase bobbleheads?
So they're on the website. The website would be markreyesjr.com. Also, you can contact us through Instagram on the boxing page, which is Team MRJ Boxing, as well as my personal account, which is Mark Reyes Jr. Official Mark Reyes Jr.
That's dope. So definitely go get yourself one of these bobbleheads. I know I'm gonna get mine right after this interview. Also, you actually teamed up with another local big time guy, Jason Skeldon.
Yes, I did.
It's also, I saw him. He was at the other fight. And did he design something for you?
He did. He designed the shoes, and I also in the intro in my walkthrough, I was wearing a mask.
Yeah,
that was actually all Jason's idea. He says, "Hey, man, let's go ahead. Let's get you in a mask." And you know, at the time, I was like, you know, it's not something I've thought about before, but it turned out to be great. You know, the mask was something that took it over to another level, and he also designed the shoes. Shoes were fantastic, beautiful color, and you know, Skell, he did an amazing job.
That's awesome, man. And yo, like, love your branding, by the way. Everything's on point. I wish you nothing but more success. I know you're going to Panama in December, so man, good luck to you, bro. Appreciate you coming by.
I appreciate it. You know, big shout out to you guys, 94.1, my promoter, Fire Fist Promotions, and all the big sponsors that we had that were able to make these bobbleheads come through. And you know, appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for. And
yo, when you get that, after you get that win, when you come back from Panama, we gonna throw a dope party. You need a DJ. Let's do this. We gonna make it happen, man. We gonna get it lit. Yeah. It's Wild 94 on wild941.com. We out.